Hi Chelsea fans, Chels Daft here with your match review. Chelsea won, Krasnodar won. The point sees us win the group after Sevilla had beaten Rennes, and it wasn't exactly the best performance, but there's still plenty of positives to take out of it. Let's not jump on the bandwagon and just go crazy mad over performances and wasted opportunities. There's a lot more to the game than that. If you checked out my match commentary on the channel, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it, and for the super chats that you've given while I'm doing the commentary. So let's just get amongst the game. So the game, we saw the changes. We saw that Billy Gilmour was involved. We knew he would be. We saw Kepa were involved. So the Chelsea team was Kepa. It was the same back four as Sevilla. Cesar Azpilicueta right back. Rudiger, Christensen and Emerson left back. Middle of midfield was Jorginho, Mateo Kovacic and Billy Gilmour. And then the front three was interesting. It was Tammy Abraham with TINO Anjorin on the left-hand side with Kai Havertz on the right. No real natural wingers. And if anything, both players were playing on sides where, Havertz is playing on the right-hand side, but he's left-footed. Anjorin playing on the left-hand side, and he's right-footed. So they're always going to come inside to a condensed area, and it sort of gives you a bit of an overview of how the game was for us going forward. The midfield was so condensed. Krasnodar were playing in a defensive shape where they were quite happy for Chelsea to have the ball in their own half. As soon as they got the ball into, or we got the ball into their half, they were pressing us. The amount of times in the game where Chelsea's midfield had the ball and were being closed down by at least two players, sometimes three, was just unbelievable. The amount of times we got the ball forward into attacking areas, in or around their box. If it was wide, there was two people closing them down. As soon as the ball come inside to the edge of the box, four Krasnodar players, at times even six at one point, are counted around the ball, making it so difficult for Chelsea. And what you have to remember with this is think of the first game, how poor they were and how we opened them up. You look at what's happened in the Champions League group since then. They played Sevilla and scored a couple of goals against Sevilla. They scored against Sevilla in both games, home and away. They beat Rennes. They've improved immensely the defensive side of their game in the Champions League, and they come here tonight to do a job, to lock the door down and to try and hit us on the counter-attack. And when I say about a counter-attack, they weren't afraid to get bodies forward. Chelsea probed and played the ball from right to left and moved it quick, which was good to see, up until the final third. When it got to the final third, the problem that you have is little flicks and tricks weren't coming off. They were being read by the opposition, or a defender could see someone moving into position to get himself into a position where he could lay a ball off to or flick a ball on, and they were shut down straight away. And Tammy struggled today. He really did struggle trying to get some space. He did great for the penalty, which was our goal, which I'll get into in just a bit. But he was just, in the first half, he was probably just, at times, just a little bit laboured where you want him to go and make that run. There was one incident where the ball went down the right-hand channel and Kovacic made the run towards the byline. Drilled across the face of the goal. I don't really think it was a great cross anyway. But his first reaction to Tammy Abraham was first post. Make the run towards that near post. And he didn't. Tammy sort of stood still. And there was times where he did that in the first half. Second half, Tammy was much better. Didn't have a lot of luck in front of goal. But the main thing to take from Tammy's performance, because I'm saying this because I guess on social media, people are probably hammering him right now, which is just ridiculous. There shouldn't be any negativity. We stretch our unbeaten run to, 17 games now. But the thing is, I said it before. I said it about Timo Werner the other day. Same thing about Tammy Abraham. When you've got a centre forward leading the line and he's playing up against two centre backs and he's also being protected by two midfielders dropping, so he's always surrounded by players with no space to move, he just got to keep busy, keep working hard, try and shake off a defender, try and drop in a little bit or make runs into different areas. And he did it, Tammy. He was busy. And you have to take that as a positive. His head didn't drop. He kept going. And it was good to see from Tammy. Didn't have a lot of luck on the day. As I say, did well for the penalty. But let's get into their goal. So Chelsea huffed and puffed for about 25 minutes, trying to sort of create some space, trying to create some openings. And if you think of Leeds and if you think of Sevilla especially, Chelsea are at their best when they play quick, incisive passes between the lines and into the front three. And tonight it wasn't as quick, wasn't as incisive. And at times for Krasnodar, it's probably easy for them to defend against. And they was always looking to try and break on us. And the problem that I said in my commentary, I said it against Leeds. And despite it being two different players playing, it was still the same problem. We all know that the two fullbacks are encouraged to get forward. The weekend against Leeds, it was Chilwell and it was Reece James. Tonight, it was Emerson and Aspi. So when they go, Jorginho's then drops and he covers with the two centre-backs to make a line of three at the back. So you've still got protection against the counter-attack. But what Leeds did against us in the first half at the weekend is what Krasnodar did against us again tonight. They looked to get balls in to the wide areas behind the fullbacks after they've pushed forward, and it was causing us problems. And the goal from them, which was against the run of play, they had some good moments, don't get me wrong, but the goal from them against the run of play come from a ball down the left-hand side, in behind the fullback. They got in behind, they played it across the box, towards the left-hand corner of the box. As Jorginho, or I think it was Jorginho, stepped forward to make the challenge, the guy has spotted that he's got another attacker next to him and flicks the ball to him. And this guy is literally, I'd say he's probably just outside of the near post. And he takes a shot with Andreas Christensen coming out and he finds the bottom corner with Kepa beaten. Kepa didn't have any chance with it. And we find ourselves a goal down on 24 minutes, having pretty much dominated the most part of the game. Krasnodar were well in it, playing well. Defensive shape was good. They were always bodies around the ball, as I'm saying, making life difficult for us. But the one moment where we capitalised on, which was good, we had the ball on the right-hand side and we managed to come across and Billy Gilmour was involved in the right corner of the box and the ball's come across the edge of the box and finds Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic gets the ball and he plays the same type of ball he did against Sevilla in the same type of area to Tammy. And Tammy turns the defender who's grappling with him. Tammy goes down. It's a stonewall penalty and Jorginho steps up, watches where the goalkeeper goes and puts it in after 4 minutes after they scored, 28th minute, and it's 1-1. From that point on, Chelsea were in control and dominating. Krasnodar had a couple of little moments where they got into good areas. There was one shot which was sort of scuffed in the second half, which Kepa dealt with and pushed away confidently. But Chelsea just couldn't find the opening tonight. And we've seen games like that over the past few years where teams know that Chelsea are going to try and move the ball quickly. They try and break the lines. They try and find the space in front of the back four. And they just shut the door. And Chelsea were trying to get the ball wide. When they got the ball wide and they looked up to play it in the box, there was at least 3, 4, sometimes 5 bodies in the middle of the box to break things up, to go down claiming they'd been fouled and winning free kicks. And the referee bought it every single time. But it was just one of those games where it was always going to be difficult the way they played. And we had no space. We had opportunities at times. Timo Werner, late in the second half, drove down that left-hand side and he tried to square the ball for Tammy. Didn't really have a good connection, and Tammy had waited, didn't gamble. And Giroud, with a header late on, headed the ball wide. But once again, the defender went down like he'd been shot. Referee bought it, and unfortunately, free kick was given. The good thing about the game was we saw TINO ANJORIN. Now, TINO ANJORIN played with confidence. Little flicks, little tricks was good. He was busy, but he always, when he had the ball on the left-hand side, you always knew he was going to come inside and favour his right foot. And at times, I guess there's an argument which made it easy for the Krasnodar defenders and midfielders to deal with. But there was really good moments at times from him, and he's got to be pleased with his performance. He was influential at times. As I said, good little flicks, confidence on the ball. Good to see. Billy Gilmour had a really good game as well. Busy, again, confident, workmanlike, used the ball well, simple passes, kept hold of it when he needed to, and he played well. The rest of the team played okay. I don't really think there was a real bad performance. As I say, a lot of people will be calling out Tammy, but I don't think that's really fair, if I'm honest. But it's just one of those games. The good thing is we got the point. We won the group. We go through to face somebody in the knockout round that's come second in the group, and we wait and find out who that is. But if you think of the team that played tonight, different from the normal first team. Obviously, we know that Callum Hudson-Odoi and Hakim Ziyech are out injured. But when everyone's fit, with plenty to choose from, we know that Chelsea is strong and have got plenty of strength in depth going into the latter stage of the Champions League. And we should just be positive about that. It's been a good performance. It's been a good group. And Chelsea win it. What more can you ask for? So, let me know, guys, your immediate reactions to the game, how you think it went, how you think we played, and the performances of individuals, especially Billy Gilmour and TINO ANJORIN, in the comments section below. If you like the video, smash the like button for me, then subscribe to the channel, but make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss when my videos come out. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel, check out other videos on the channel. My live commentary video will be up shortly, and there'll be a best of video coming out tomorrow at some point too. Shall I do a best of video for a 1-1 draw against Krasnodar? Probably not. You can catch the main video when it appears on the channel. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the super chats, for those of you that did it in the commentary. Have a good evening. Have a good rest of your week. And it's Chelsea versus Everton on Saturday. But for now, have a good night. See you all tomorrow with another video on the channel. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.